Gentlemen, hello. It's
Hi.
lovely to have you here in my basement.
Look at
I never
with
thought.
your very festive hats in the background there. Look at that.
I mean, I'm ready. I'm
Yeah,
not going to
yeah.
mention what month of the year we're in at the moment, in case this ruins it for people watching it down the line. But I am festive and I am prepared. Let's get to it. This movie is such a relief after a year like this. It's like getting into a warm bath and washing off all the misery. You guys must have been incredibly excited to share it with the world. Anika.
Very much so. Very much so. I think it is a throwback to traditional Christmas movies. I think we don't get a lot of those anymore. And the focus is happiness and joy and fun. There's nothing mean about it. I love it.
I mean, I think, films that dealing with this kind of hope and this kind of joy are really needed right now. It's a really difficult time, and it was this story of like what happens during the holidays and seasons and stuff for people who find themselves alone and isolated is really difficult. And I think this offers an opportunity for people to like try to believe again and believe that no matter where they started at, how down they are, that they can come back up and rise again, that there's magic in their lives, there's magic in them.
Keegan,
Yes,
you're becoming a bit of a Christmas tradition for me at the moment. It was playing with fire last year.
Yeah.
Now you're back with Jingle Jangle. You're more festive than George Michael. Is that on the career path for you? Is there a Christmas film a year?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do a Christmas film. If nothing else, a musical a year. So how about that? I'll try to get that going. But you know what? A Christmas movie's better. It's better almost in a way. Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of family fare recently, and I've been really enjoying myself. And playing with fire was a lot of fun. But Jingle Jangle, this thing it's so hopeful. It's brimming with possibility. It has so much heart. I really just was drawn to it. And not only that, but also the fact that the protagonist and the antagonist and the secondary, that they're all people of color, and that we're just telling a human story and it's being represented with people of color. And so that was really important to me too. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to do. Who doesn't want to sing and dance?
From what I read, your love for music goes way back. Is it true that you toured around the UK in a sort of chamber choir back in the day?
Yeah, I was in college and I was in a sort of a magical singing group that went in London, and we went around to the different churches all around London. It's actually, I actually tried to stay. I tried to find a job because I was blown away. I said, I want to stay here for a while, and I couldn't get a job, but it ended up going back. But yeah, that's true.
Was there anywhere you remember about touring around the place that you didn't enjoy, that you were like, oh, I'm not going back there?
Actually, the people were really nice. Crazy story. I went on a date, and I was really shy, and I went to this really fancy restaurant, and it was a lot more expensive than I thought it was going to be, and I was thinking, how am I going to tell her that I don't have enough money? And so the kitchen, and I said, I'm sorry, guys, I really didn't bring enough money, and I'm on this date, and can I do something to like make it even for you guys? And they told me, oh, no worries. Just when you get home, just bring it back, and everything will be okay.
And that's even before you were Oscar-winning actor Forrest Whitaker. Like nowadays, I'm sure they'd be like, oh, please just come back. Whatever you do, just come back, eat whatever you need. There's no easy way to say this, gentlemen, but you're the bad guys in this. But perhaps
that sounded pretty easy.
Both of you. Bad guys, own it. I think you're also responsible for the most joy in the film, and some of that comes down to the chemistry you guys have. Was that a surprise to you? Because I guess you were just separate. I guess a lot of the stuff, Ricky, you were doing in a sound booth. So did you watch this back and go, wow, we are great together?
No, well, I first of all, I have to say that, the fact that I was going to be working with him and the rest of the cast is one of the reasons why I said, yes, I want to be part of this, the acting fan, but then obviously the story came in. It was fun. It was a little bit limiting because you're in a 2x2 with the microphone and then the screen, but obviously he had already filmed his part. So for me it was easier because I was not looking at a tennis ball. I was actually looking at this guy's face when he was reacting and acting, and for me was fantastic.
Obviously, at the moment in the UK, and I think it was shown last year in the States, you're playing a huge gangster figure on television. So, David, when you were thinking, there's this right face for Jeronicus Jangle, this is a Christmas movie. It's feel good. What made you think Forrest Whitaker?
Humanity. I've known Forrest for a long time, and every time you meet him, it's a moment. It's real. It's authentic. And I knew to breathe life into this character, I needed someone who was authentic, but someone who had humanity.
Keegan, you must have watched this back, and it maybe being as shocked as I was. I mean, Ricky, I've known him for so many years. There's this great singer at MTV and everything. And whenever a singer or someone from outside of acting decides to like pick up a role, you go, okay, this could be fine. But then I watched this and I was like, no way, that's Ricky Martin. It was so good. Like, I was wondering, why are you not in Shrek or Toy Story or like all these other movies?
He did. He gave it. You did, Ricky. You were fantastic. It was outstanding because you just gave it your all. And really, he really imbued this character with such great feeling and such great, and also great specificity, which is wonderful because generality is the enemy of all art. And you were extremely, it's very inspiring, Ricky. It's actually very inspiring. Yeah.
Just to wrap us up, one of my favorite things in the whole film is the term borrowed indefinitely, which is something that I'm sure I use one day in court. So I just wanted to know if you guys could borrow indefinitely, it's basically stealing, one quality, or maybe it might be an item from each other or anyone else in your lives, what would it be?
Well, I would borrow that hair. You see the head of hair on that guy? Been looking at that for the last hour and a half. I'm like, look at his hair. That's fantastic. If I had that coif.
I would borrow Forrest's sensitivity because he talks like this. He's like, I really like your script. I really like to be in it. And I think you did a great job. So I would borrow that. I would borrow the sensitivity.
Oh, that is a good question. Well, I wouldn't, because stealing is not good at all.
There's something about David where he's open and like allows people to like feel joy and feel like they have a better, that they're special. And I think that it's a great quality, man. It's a quality that I wish I could have. The way you are able to awaken joy in people.
Well, it's a joyful film, and I can't wait for people to see it over here. Gentlemen, Merry Christmas. I think I can say that now.
Merry Christmas, Johnny. Happy Christmas.
You're welcome in my basement anytime, and hopefully I'll catch you very soon.